tell you about Legend Seeker and how you can support its development while getting some awesome perks. By subscribing to our Legendary tier on YouTube or becoming a paid member on our Discord or Patreon, you'll get early access to all Legend Seeker lore and mechanics. This means you'll be among the first to dive into the world of Legend Seeker and give direct feedback that will help shape the game. But that's not all. Supporters will also be the first to playtest the system and will get exclusive invites to private streams where we discuss the game in detail. Your input will play a huge role in making Legend Seeker the best that it can be. Now, for those of you who love watching our tabletop role-playing game shows, supporting Legend Seeker comes with some fun bonuses for the casts. Here's how it works. If you are a Copper or Common member on Discord or Patreon, you can give a $20 benefit to a player of your choice. Silver and Uncommon members can give 2 benefits to 2 players of your choice. If you go the YouTube route, you can give a $50 benefit to a player of your choice. And for the ultimate support, Gold and Mythic members on Discord and Patreon give a $20 benefit to 3 players of your choice. You can choose from all casts across Moonskull. Every bit of support goes directly towards making Legend Seeker a reality. It helps fund the art, writing, editing, and eventual publishing of the game. So, if you want to be a part of this journey and support our shows, join our Legendary tier on YouTube or become a member on Discord or Patreon. We couldn't do it without you, and we're excited to build Legend Seeker together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the game.
I'm having coffee because I need coffee. Long day of just stuff today. But yeah, I'm Frost. I'm here for Frost Ridden, I guess, technically. Though mostly I just want to sit here and work on the map. But I got to write some stuff. Otherwise, Aruga's going to hit me with a stick. Because he's mean. He's like Ebenezer Scrooge. And I'm Bob Cratchit. So, welcome. I'm going to take a big old sip of this Death Wish coffee. And then I'm going to attempt to show something on screen that I think is incredibly important here. Let's see. Will this be a window capture? Let's see if it's a window capture. All right. Will this be it? Yeah, I think this is it. All right, get ready. We plotted Sevi's alignment, my alignment, some other people's alignment, but this one was the most disturbing. I don't know. It appears that Sevi is all the alignments, and she has a rude eye surrounded. So, yeah, he's done for. And I'm just good. This wasn't manipulated in any way, shape, or form. Totally legit. Science. Science. I'm low. Okay, let me put this back up again. I think when I rebooted, it went low again. Let me check. Let's get myself not low. Oh, yeah, set it back to 33% again. All right, I'm back up to 70. Bam. Just where I should be. Yeah, and Death Wish does fuel evil. It's so good, though. So, I will put the text back up in a second. I was playing around with the map here. And I was darkening the background around the hills and everything around the Whitewood to make it just feel a little more evil-er. It sets it off kind of nicely. You can see behind the trees a little better. Got these little dark areas in it. It just kind of feels more evil that way. Reading that mug, I've decided I don't want to be in your winter novels. Ah, well, too bad. Too late. I'm going to throw you in there somewhere now. Aha. Going to be amazing. All right. I'm going to paint a little bit more here. Moving this stuff around, just getting a little bit more. I can't tell when I'm painting. Are you guys? You can see the cursor. Okay. What you can't see I have a much larger cursor because I make it big so I can see it better. So probably a little harder for you guys to see it, but that's okay. All right, got the Evil Hills here. Oh, I was wondering what that weird funky music in my headphones was. It was a commercial or something. I don't know what they were selling, but they were selling it with music that wouldn't make me want to buy it. Because they don't know me. They don't understand. All right, we'll these, and these, and these, and there. There we go. We got some dark hills. We got some light hills. We got some darkness. My Effie cosplay. Exactly. We need some happy trees over here. Wait. Should have known better than to trust a wizard. Yeah, exactly. Don't trust me. I'm a wizard. I mean, come on. All right. So I do need to swap my writing back to this because for some reason the writing capture collapsed itself on the page. And let me try one thing here really quickly. Let me change it back to companion and see if it pops up again. No, it's just going to be dumb. All right, let me shut it off once. I don't like it when the program does these silly things. All right, let's try and open it one more time. There we go. I don't know why it does that. It collapses it to a point, and then if I open it back up, it pops back up. It's fine. My ads are in Spanish. I think Google's trying to make me bilingual. That was a good place to pause there, JJ. Well done. All right, so we got a bunch of stuff done. We got tons of stuff done down here in Kiru the other day. And I do want to come up with the name for this place up here. So I got to move this thing, get a hold of it. We're going to move the rain wall up a little bit. And why is it rotated ever so slightly? That was weird. Shouldn't be. Nope, I don't want that. We don't want that them there, thing there, hair there. And we need to get the land set properly with the right color behind the mountains to fill in some of this stuff that was hiding behind the word. Make it nice and blended. We blended it in. All right, up in here is where the new place is going to be. Now, I am going to go to the internet. Wait, no. Sorry, I'm just reading. Just reading some of the chat over there. Anyway, so what was I doing here? Oh, I'm going to the internet because the internet is a good place to go for stuff. No, I'm actually going to the Moonskull Legend Seeker session because I need to see something about the monks, the monkey monks. So I want to check something. Yeah. Elves, humans, halflings, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff. Facts. Flavor text. Cool stuff. Okay. All right, there we go. That is what I needed to see. So we're going to put this here. Move it out of my way so I can actually see what I'm doing. There we go. So we got to come up with a name for this place. A name that exemplifies the Saren monks' quest for tranquility and the connection to the mana stream, which is incredibly dangerous, but that's how they get their power. So I got to move some of these trees because for some reason they are on top of the mountains, and that's not how I wanted them to be. These guys down. How's everybody doing tonight? How you doing, JJ? I know how Chrysanthus doing. She's doing great. She's looking for death. She's seeking the death of everyone because this is what gives her counter meaning. Yeah, pull that one over and that one over. There. Just a nice little flow of trees. Driving and chatting. Well, hello, Dave. How you doing? Chrysanthus still mad at me. I do a lot of things to make a lot of people mad. I'm assuming this is because of the book, but I don't know. It could have been something else because I wreck people's lives all the time. But if it's the book, then I'm happy because that's a good way to make somebody mad. Ha ha ha. Common thread at my work is telling someone you're going to write them in for CEO Award of Excellence. It is taken very seriously. That doesn't seem like a good thing. It's the book, you smug author. That's me. I'm smug. Smuggity smug. That is my alignment. Chaotic smug. Lawful smug? I don't know. Something smug. Smuggity smug smug. So I've got to think of a good word here for this place. The tea house is actually where Whisperwind and everything goes on, but I want something sort of Western, maybe slightly Eastern, something that typifies the idea of where a place people would go to look for tranquility and centering their energies in themselves, but not necessarily like, you know, a Buddhist monk retreat or something like that. Trying to think of a good way to bridge that gap. Trying to think. And Sassy Witch, you're trying a new pattern. Ooh. Smudge? I don't think I should call the place Smudge. Unless you're talking about my alignment. Then that's kind of funny. Pew, pew, pew. Let's look up some words here. Let's to the thesaurus. I need a bat signal thing going to the thesaurus and show the thesaurus. Oh dear, it's a bad accident behind me. Wait, Dave, wait. A bad accident behind you. Did you cause the accident and you're driving away? I'm just asking. Oh my, that's a large fireball behind me. Throwing the lighter over his back. No? All right, so serene, amicable, sedate, no. The agreeable place, the murmuring place, no. I don't know. I'm texting. He forgot the X in texting. So yeah, well, okay. He just drove through that whole, you know, group of people. He's like, whatever, I'm texting. What does that word mean? Oh, that's what that means. I don't think that's gonna work. Huh. I've never seen this word before. Interesting. It has absolutely nothing to do. I got off a tangent of looking at a word. It has absolutely nothing to do with anything. It's another word for coal that I've never heard before. So that's kind of fun. Huh. So here's my take on what I'm going to do with this place. It's supposed to be this place that you're learning all these things, but I don't think this is going to be a nice place. I think this is going to be a very harsh place. And I think harsh and also tainted. And that's why they go here and do this, because it's a very temptation-heavy place. I think that's going to work. Hello, Jensen. Lurk away. Lurk, lurk, lurk. Legal advice. Never admit fault, even online. There you go. Did Sevi say that? Hey, she's trying to buy a tank still, so... It's not premeditation, it's shopping. Let me look up something else here. Okay. Oh, it's interesting. All right, we're going to change one thing here. We're going to get a very dark color here of, let's see, we'll get into some brownish color here. We're going super dark. We're have some of it in here. It's not going to be the whole place because the watery areas are going to be fine. But some of this stuff is going to be super dark up here. And then I'm going to smooth this out a little bit so it doesn't look so splotchy. Splotchy grouchy. And I'm going to smooth it into this green with some dark green. But we're going to make that really faint. Oh, it's way too dark. Why did they do that? Interesting. That should have blended a lot better than it did. There we go. That's better. Now it's blending. And we're blending it because there's a lot of growth with all the volcanic stuff that I'm going to be talking about up here. And there's also the water. So we'll get it smoothed into things. I'm going to add a couple hills here to break that transition. And then I'm going to go into typing about this place. Let's see. Symbols. I need some mountain. All right, we're going to need a couple of big ones and some smaller mountains. Smoosh them all together here. Put some out here. We're going to bring them down into this way because these hills define where the rivers went down. And that brings these hills kind of into themselves. And this place is going to be up in this area. Right up in there. So right below the L's is where we're going to put this place. And we'll get the symbol or the label in here real quick. All right. And I'm just monks. That's all I'm going to say at the moment. Right now, I'm not going to name it correctly yet. But this is where the monks have their home at the moment. It's just, you know, the monkalicious place. Let's see. What did I miss here? What top innovations are you celebrating for Women's History Month? Sewing and sandwich making, huh? Isn't Nuggy Small making lamb's bread? Stupid autocorrect. This guy won't get his lights out of my mirror. Well, he sounds like a great companion on the road. Yeah, I think she's supposed to be lambusing and not giving people any because she's like that. All right, so if we go up into Kiru and we find Kiru here, okay. We are going to go just to the end of the entries here where we see there's the tea house. The end of the entries of places. Okay. Monka. I did it again. All right. So this will be heading 4. We will give this a highlight so we know that we need to change it. We will take that off of there. All right. And why is it italicized? That's kind of weird. It shouldn't have any setting on it. It should be just normal. Whatever. Bug truck behind you? If it was a bug truck, that'd be kind of frightening. Hospitable section of the Rainbow Mountain. Yeah, there we go. Lashed by strange storms and wind. Boo. That's not a good word for it. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to hone in on what the area is supposed to be about, but also the negatives without overwhelming the reader with like too many adjectives and too many descriptive phrases in the first sentence here. How do I want to typify? I mean, what I want to talk about first is how inhospitable it is. So I guess I'll start with that. We'll say scoured. Oops. There we go. We'll do this. Delete that. There we go. I don't know why that was so weird. They found, or the formatting is just broken. Oh, darn. I thought it was a UPS truck that looked like big bugs. Hey, that would be kind of fun. A huge beetle truck just coming at you down the road. My desk grievances were heard by the top people. Their response was, kindly find a nice beach and pound sand. Be sure to clock out and do this activity on your own time. Thank you. Well, that's really nice of them. They sound like just wonderful people. I wonder what those are called. beneath the peaks. Okay. The Order of Southern monks have built their main training grounds in the most inhospitable section of the Rainwall Mountains. The valley they chose features active geysers, magma flows, and poisonous gas-filled but dormant, or though dormant, lava tubes which delve deep beneath the peaks. Let's see. I've got to look up one thing here quickly. We've got to go to the Soul Spires to the... All right, we got to go to the Soul Spires. I got to look at the Rot Moot here. Soul Spires. All right, wait. Got to go into the Soul Spires. You read the Rot Moot. Darkmire. There we go. Okay. All right, let's go back to the monks. Bonk. There we go, monks. All right, I gotta close that. Boop. Let's see. Let's make sure this is still centered. Okay, my text got totally snarped all over the place. What is it? It's weird. Sometimes it moves the text around and I don't get why. Whatever. Math. Screen math. Not my problem. Well, JJ, I am sorry to hear about your desk problems. Your desk woes. I wish they had just fixed it for you. You could put one of those. Can you wear a hat where you sit, JJ? Because you could get a hat that has one of those little LED infrared light emitters that nobody else can see, but it blinds cameras, and just wear that. Boom. Dangerous, highly dangerous and charged. Wonder which I can't think of right now a really good name for it. There's something on the tip of my mind here that's gonna be cool. Just got to get it out of my head into words onto the page. We'll see when that happens. Sorry, I have a bit of a, I don't even know what you call these, when the little cuticle on the side of your nail comes free and sticks out. I don't know what it's called. Hangnail? I don't know. So if you hear a snip, that was me cutting that off, because I hate those. Get it? Okay, got it. Being also mostly blind, I have to do this by feel. And hope I don't lop off a chunk of flesh. There, I didn't take off too much flesh. I'm an unstoppable force company, unfortunately, is an immovable object. Sparks will fly soon! Fly, Sparks, fly! Order of Sarah monks have built their main training grounds in the most inhospitable section of the Rainwall Mountains. They do not claim to be part of Kiru. And do not. Alright, the monks did not claim to be part of Kiru proper. And Kyrians leave them alone. Not consider. Oops. There we go. Not considering them a threat. There. The Saren monks do not claim to be part of Kiru proper, and the Kyrians leave them alone, not considering them a threat. Okay. We want to call out anything unusual about the monks in their place. I mean, their place is a convergence of the mana stream, so that's already kind of cool. But it's full of lava tubes and magma flows and hot springs and all kinds of inhospitable stuff. So, yeah, we're gonna leave it alone for the moment. All right, so we got pretty much everything in Kiru covered. Got the Morning Rock, get Keys of Veil. There's some more stuff I can go into about Xanatha, but let's see here. What do I have in here now? Monkville! Monkey Monk and the Funky Monkey Bunch. Adventuring parties are often allowed to enter Kiru through their main port for the sole aim of the jungles of Xanatha. Before the let's go with this. We had it. Attacking them before their X. They Few of them return, so the barbarians aren't that worried about them disturbing anything. In the ruins or the jungle, letting the weak fall in whatever manner they have chosen. Oops. Those few who, not show, who do return with treasure. A small. Okay. You got this repeat? You got this repeat. Are you repeating a pattern? The party does. All right. Shell Granny Square Blanket. I don't know what that is. You added Banshees and Specters. Ooh, I'm going to go look. I want to look at Banshees and Specters. I was literally just over there in the lore section stuff and looking at the Saren monks. So I'm going to go back here and go boop, boop, boop. Oh, there's tabletop chair. Ah, that's funny. All right. Oh, they're not in the Moonskull yet. Okay, got it. It based the banshees off Chrysanthemum because she is mean. They're red-headed banshees. Yay. I don't know if that's safe. I'm gonna step away from that conversation because I feel scared. I feel scared. Okay, they go up. Excellent. Okay, well, I was reading through the ghouls and gas, so, which is cool because I was also playing around on the map with darkening the ground around the Whitewood here because there's undead everywhere here because of Narrow's Keep and Eldwin and Rosecrest and Lost Valara. This is a hive of undead scum and villainy all over in there. So they're gonna go well in there. I think it'll be fun. Does this mean if I scream at a Rudai, that means he'll die? Well, Chrysanth, that is a fantastic question for Rudai's video on lore. And if he can answer it, that means he didn't die, or you didn't scream at him the correct way. You have to do it at the right pitch, and then his soul will shatter like a wine glass. If he is deaf, will it still work? That's a good question. Rather see if the brown note exists by testing it on him? Chrysanth, if you get a chance, go onto YouTube and look up Mitchell and Webb, the Green Clarinet, and go watch that sketch. Moss is immune. Oh, Moss, you're not even here and you're getting roasted. Roasted Moss. Ah, okay, cool. You know, Erudai, because Banshees can stop people's hearts, that Sevi is going to want that ability to give people heart attacks by yelling. Just saying. She's going to want that ability. Nice. Sent you the Corsair Banshee entry. Mm-hmm. Ow. Dang it. Sorry, I have this habit of doing this kind of stuff when I'm thinking, and I keep rubbing my hands across where my hand's healing. It's healing up pretty quickly, though. The little holes are closing up from cat claws right through my scars. Good job, cats. All right. One thing, Aruda, that I'll ask you about when we do another co-writing stream, or maybe I'll just send you a message about it for a reminder, is I keep coming up with the idea that there might be a convergence of the mana stream. Like there's spots where, you know, ley lines might come together, or there's like a nexus where it's a little more prevalent and a little more dangerous. Kind of like a hot spot that, yeah, sure, go there. Deal with the mana stream there. Good luck. And I've mentioned that there's one of those, not only in here in the Darkmire where this creature is, it's a patron, a subservient creature of Xerath. Excuse me. But that there's one here where I haven't called the place anything but monks. It'll have a name eventually. Where the main Saren monk training place is, because to teach everybody the dangers of the mana stream and how perilous their use of it is it's even better at a very dangerous place. So, you know, overexposure to something. They make them smoke the whole pack so they know what's going on when they get out there in the world, so to speak. Okay, I just got a weird commercial. Oop, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I think I got that covered. So is that the Umbral Portal? Boop, boop, boop. Sound aliens, great in-stream subject. Yeah. I'd like to write a new god. New god would be fun. Is it a soulless god of the gingers? Maybe not. Do not tell me it is Whiskey Melon's Steve. Steve is not a god. No, Steve's not become a god. It's just a mouth with two eyes. Ugh. Close? Oh no. I'm not sure if he's saying close to the ginger or to the Steve. I'm scared. I am afeared. Enter Kiru among the missionaries from various temples across the Godland. Some of them found a foothold for the teachings of various warlords. Okay, so this is, yeah, that'll work. I'll keep that there. The fun part is working on this stuff and keeping it all straight in my head while working on the other stuff I'm working on, keeping it straight in my head and working on the like the books and stuff that like the one that you read, Chrysanth, keeping it all straight in my head. It's fun. It's funny, Rudai's typing stuff to me and I'm typing back, but I should probably wait until he finishes. If I want to be a nice guy. But what is fun in that? God of amphibians, a frog. Nah, interrupt him. I did. I sent him a sentence right in the middle while he's typing. It's like a frog centaur kind of deal. Lower half is a frog with frog legs, and the top half is a man. Or the bottom half's a salamander. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that could be fun to write up. What is this? Oh, okay. I was like, why would they want me to RSVP for a meeting? It's a whole thing. Okay. 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 Oh, that's interesting. That'll be kind of fun. I'll look through the monster stuff for some more little tidbits that I could throw together with that. That could be kind of fun. Yeah. I like it. We'll file that away in my head here. I've heard of small temple of Orin has been established there. Okay. All right, so let's get away from the monk place. We're going to go on to something else here. We spent a lot of time on Kiru lately. Let's see. We've got this stuff covered. We didn't put the river names here, but I can't really put them on the map easily, so. Meh. I put a river name on the map, and it shows up, but it's just a little hard to read. It's getting a little full. So, look, I got a mosquito bite. I shouldn't be able to have a mosquito bite yet because I've seen a couple of flies outside, but I haven't seen any mosquitoes yet. They shouldn't even be awake. It's too cold. Who knows? Maybe a spider got me. I got bitten by a spider. That's it. I'm going to turn into Spider-Man. If only. Don't think that's going to work. All right, so I've talked about all the ports and things here. I have not given a name to the Elven Port City, I don't think. I don't think I actually named it yet. Oops. Why does it do that? Oh, I get. All right, there we go. Click it off. Okay. Oh, that's right. There's a reason why I didn't call that anything yet, because I'm trying to come up with a good naming convention, and nothing is sung to me yet. Giving up making the bestiary setting agnostic, I think. Okay. There's just too many things. So can we start throwing some of this stuff in here too? I suppose that would make sense, I guess, if you're gonna just kind of throw it all together. Unless I'm misunderstanding you. Gonna have appropriate lore, and DMs can just strip the lore. Ah, okay. All right, got it. Because the reason I was going to ask, or I was asking, is I came up with a name for the... If I can find them, I forgot. Yeah, the cataglyphs. The name of the bug people, the ant people that I have out in the Azure Kingdom, the ones who builds... don't live very long, build their little hives here and there, and then abandon them as they die off after a few years or a decade, and then the gnomes and halflings are brought in to kind of go mine the gems and things that they've come across in their little hovels. But it could be interesting to have out there. Okay, all right. Interesting. That could be fun. So you're going to be able to have the mums in there. You're going to be able to have the cataglyphs. You're going to be able to have your gelatinous pyramids. You're going to have all the stuff in there. Love it. You're back at home now, so you avoided all the accidents behind you that you didn't cause. Got it. Everything is fine here. How are you? I'm glad you're back, Dave. I played Red Dead Redemption briefly at lunch to get the beginning stuff out of the way. And then went out and killed a couple deer to bring them back to the camp. And I was like, oh, that's right. I can go do whatever the heck I want forever and ever and ever and ignore the story all I want. I forgot about that. So I'm happy. Hello, Cajun Corey. You've even got an Erudite here, Cajun Corey. Aren't you in for a treat? All right, so cat market. Okay. I don't have anything else to go over for the Heartgrove and the Rotmoot. I could expand on the Bone Druid, but I'm trying to think a little bit more about her. Could go into some detail on the Thornwold, I suppose, here. Making merch pants. The Rudy Poo on the crotch. Too much? No, they should totally be. I mean, you might sell a lot of pairs. I don't know. Kind of a scary thought. If you're going that far, Erudite, you might as well make a pair of pajama pants that have two moon skulls on the butt cheeks. So Chrysanth, was that, well, I was just saying, was that face palm for him or me? I wasn't sure. All the underoos. Oh my gosh. All right, where's my... The Thornwald, okay. The largest expanse of dense and twisted old forest in Fryland. This is the wild and untamed domain untouched by man and or elf in centuries. The elves rarely cross the rivers to these woods, preferring to honor their treaties with the once angry nation. Home more than one dragon, as well as a tribe of kobolds reported. Okay, I did put this in here. Good. So this is a sacred place to Eredor, but there's also rumored to be a dragon that lives there. So yay! Do I have to split you two up? I'll do it. Shouldn't the poo be on the butt? Ah. Casey Corey, do it. Hey, this is called brainstorming. This is how the innovations are made that change society, Chrysanth. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. It's like trying to hold back a flood. Sure, we'll go with that. All right, so I got the information on the Thornwald. Should trying to decide if I should expand it and make it a little... I kind of like this area not being that. And... Oops. Okay, I don't care about... I'm listening to music and it's giving me an ad for... It gave me an ad for a car and then an ad for lipstick. I'm like... Is this like ladies' songs or something? I don't get it. I'm listening to an interview with the vampire and it's like screaming music of like death and destruction and then violins of sadness. I'm like, I guess that's lady music. I don't know. Who knew? Anyway, let's see. I was looking something up really quickly here. I wanted to look up an image of an area to see if I could kind of tell what kind of a landform. I know the landform has a name. Okay, that is just a plain old plateau. All right. Two things I absolutely need: a car and lipstick. Yeah, I'd drive around like Steve Buscemi. Be great. Totally PJ pants, tighty whities. Oh my god. Think about making Rudy Pooh's animal sounds a gravelly. No, Rudy, no. I'm with Chrysanth on this one. No. Okay, that is. All right, that is a plateau. That is a mesa. And a butte and a chimney and a mesa. Okay, but those aren't quite the things I'm thinking of because I've seen these in areas where they're very forested. Okay, relief collapse. Okay, that's just sheared off hills. Plateau, Lake Seaford. Okay, those aren't really still aren't quite the right thing that I'm thinking of. Huh. All right, what is this one? Sea Arch, Beast, Beach. This is all coastal stuff. a sand spit, a sea stack, and a sea stump. Oh, that's kind of cool. I'm going to save that one off. That one's a good one. Oh, nope. I need to go to this folder. I'll put it in my Legend Seeker folder. Into my ref folder, into this. There we go. Boom. Now I gotta find the last one that I just had because I was clicking on it and I clicked. There it is. All right, so save that image. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. And where is the other one I was looking at? That's the other one I was looking at. Oh, that's just a cool image. I'll save it anyway. Can't hurt. You encourage this, Frost. I don't want to hear it. Hey, well, okay. I'm, I may have helped start the war, but now I'm against it. Talking pants are scary. Sounds like Google doesn't have a good idea of your preferences or knows your secrets. What would Frost Drag's persona name? Horrible, horrible thought. Frost has some great ideas, only made but greater. I buy a rude eye. Oh, no. I can't take credit for that. I'll die. All right, so here's what I'm trying to find. I've seen pictures of, I don't know what country it was in. It could be even in New Zealand or somewhere in Australia. But there were kind of like plateaus of rock that were not red rock. They looked more like limestone, maybe a little bit of blue in them. But they had like alpine and some deciduous, but alpine trees and bushes and scrub and things on them. And they were just a really neat set of features. It was very rocky terrain with a lot of grass and a lot of growth, kind of like what you see in Scotland in some places too. But I can't remember what they were called. And I really wish I did. Because I just want to use the name, and I can't remember what they're called. Okay, that's just a cool waterfall. That's nothing exciting, but waterfall. Yeah, okay, let's go here and find one more image, and then I will just start writing a couple things down, because I'm literally trying to find myself a just some reference images here to give myself just a base. I mean, it's not quite scrub brush. It's like a lot of grass. One time, Tommy could actually call me lewd, and they're not here. You are right. Areas along Mississippi and southern Minnesota. Yeah, because, I mean, I used to live pretty close to where I lived on the Mississippi, and, the canyons coming right down where the rivers cut through everything were pretty impressive. But this is more along the lines of, you ever see... Gosh, it was one of the Hellboy movies, and they were looking around and a giant got up off of the ground or out of the ground, or they talked to a giant that was in the ground and it moved. Something like that. Because I'm looking at a way to typify some of the hills that separate the center of Fryland from the eastern part. And I just literally have pictures of hills here, but I was going to put another little feature in here that had kind of an interesting look to it and an idea, but I wanted to describe it properly. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, I'm not finding it. All right, I'll try one more thing, and then I'm just going to go back to writing stuff. Okay. Yeah, I'm not... Not really helpful. I'll just keep looking. If I find them at some point, I'll be set. Yeah, because nope, those are still, still the wrong kind of stuff. That's okay, though. I'll find them. Find them someday. They can't hide from me forever. Oop, I didn't want to copy the image. I want to save the image. I mean, I'm finding a lot of really interesting, like, ideas where, things could be, how things would hook onto each other, how you could typify things, give landmarks. So when you're explaining things to people like, oh, at the southern tip of the Thornwald, there's blah, blah, blah. Or when you get into the hills near Gutbarg, when you're looking up into where the town is up on the hills, of like what that plateau is like. So, I know this movie, so you want Sleeping Giants as guardians, like in Frozen 2. I never saw Frozen 2. Not the never-ending story, Rock Giants. They don't ride around on tricycles. No rock biters. I'm just thinking of when you have, even in The Princess Bride, the spots where they're running through the hills and they have lots of greenery, but there's rocks sticking up through the ground everywhere. And sometimes it's like cliffs, sometimes it's ledges, sometimes it's whole like buttes sticking out. There's a name for that type of terrain. I'll figure it out. All right, so I'm gonna go in here because I wanted to look up what I had written about Hagenveld, because I added that later. That's Hafenwald. Where's Hagen? I gotta put these back into order again, because I started adding them all and I have most of them in alphabetical order, but not all of them. Donveld, Ostenwald. Where is it? Hagenveld. There we go. Farming community at the heart of Freiland. This town is within hiking distance of more ancient Freilundian ruins and forts in the hills than anywhere else in the kingdom. This run of hills was once home to the ancient Freilundian capital Freiburg, long before the Godkiller War, but it was abandoned for the more defensible Gutbarg. Okay, so this is where all the old stuff is in these hills. All right. I could put, where's my image here? I've got some really cool imagery of like the idea of some cool rocky hills looking down off of the plains across the areas, because I like these. Let's see, I'm gonna save this image out once because it's a lava formation. This is Icelandic, I think. Let's see. I will put it here. We're going to delete that. Why is that even on there? I don't know. All right, we're going to put an image. We're going to find rock formation. We're going to go find the rock formation, which I just saved. Where did it save it? Where in the world did it save this thing? Save image. Yeah, it's in my reference folder. Oh, maybe I just need to refresh it here. Maybe that's all it's doing. Let's go back out of the folder and go back into the folder and see if the reference folder's there. Refresh. Huh. Why would it not show up? Let's try it one more time. Reference images. Okay, here we go. It just wouldn't show up properly. All right. So we got it there. Oh, that's a big image. So yeah, I'm looking at things like this right now. I'll turn it on for you guys. Of an actual place in Iceland with these cool little, like a little place where you go through because you couldn't take your horse and anything else around any other way except like these little areas. But I see these kind of like being in these hills around Hagenveld and other areas, looking across down into the lake, seeing all the way across far into the woods in the distance, being where, and the hills being over near where the hills are, where the High Kell and Solinor and everything is. That'd be kind of cool. After you finish cover 1 and starting cover 2, woo! Nice! Black Hills of South Dakota have a lot of stones of grass and forest. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah. There you go. I just love those kind of formations and those kind of ideas. And I think those will really sell some of these areas. Especially if we get some like little pieces of art and stuff done for different areas. I don't know how much art's going to be in this book. I know that a lot of books that are about portions of the world and stuff could, you could art them to death. You could put hundreds and hundreds of images in there, but I am assuming we're going to have like a limited number. We'll have to pick and choose. All right, so then if I went to here, I'm yawning because, well, I had I kind of had an okay night of sleep, but I also had a horrible night of sleep in some ways. Because Calvino decided he was so snuggly that he wanted to sleep right in the crook of my arm and smush himself under my chin. And unlike his normal, like, head under my chin and his paws gripping my shoulders, he curled up with his head tucked down into my chest and pulled his paws in like a little kitten and just scrunched up and went to sleep. And he fell asleep hard, like, boom, he was out, and he just laid there happily, and it was kind of uncomfortable for me, so I watched TV for like 3 hours, and I was up till like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, just like listening to TV before I finally passed out, because I was trying really hard not to roll over onto him and crush him, but he had a good night's sleep. I got a little less. Okay, yeah, the Black Hills has some really good stuff. Thank you, Dave. I think it was you, Dave, right? Yes. So, woo! Hit the like button to stop Frost from casting spells. I'll do it again, too. No, I won't do it again, because that was really fake yawn. I tried. I'm not very good at fake yawning. I tried, though. Boom. And I can close that out. And there we go. Love when the cats pass out and you pick up the paw or jiggle the head and they just flop bonelessly. Oh yeah, he was kind of boneless after a while because I was like, I chucked him under the chin. He's just like, and I picked up his tail and just went flop. And then after I did that, though, he immediately went scrunched into himself and took his tail and pulled it in even farther. I'm like, okay, all right. He also, he was out today. I think he got something in his eye because the nictitating membrane, the little inner membrane in his eye looks a little red, like it's sore. I'm like, oh, he got something in his eye. So I tried to wipe it out today, and he was not having it. So now he's avoiding me because he thinks I'm gonna like screw around with his eye. So that's why he's not in here right now. He's like, nope. Damn it, you yawned. Ha ha. I'm pleased with myself in a way. All right. Grease. So one thing I started doing, just for my own reference here in Rude Eye, is I took this area where Whispering Woods and Seabreak Haven and everything is, and I was trying to figure out how to make a zoomed in map there's not really an easy way in this program to take a piece and then go in and go, okay, I'm going to move stuff around. I'm going to redo it. What you can do is save it out as a different map and zoom in and cut pieces out. And I'm like, ugh. So, I mean, I can do it for my own reference. It was literally, I was thinking, well, what would the roads look like? And what would it look like in there? But I stopped doing that and I went back to just writing stuff. All right, let's see here. Going through some of these cities, because I've done this for some other places and tried to think of like distinctive features for them. Einstock is a low farming village. And this is, oh, that's right. This is the low hills or the lowland farming village. Okay, this is where the crossroads are there. There's a crossroads, yep. Okay. Grain and livestock around here, the main source of foodstuff for the Western Kingdom. All right. Wold. What is Wold? Right there. Lumber camp, weathered the years to become a trading post between the elves of Solinar and the men of Frylund. Okay. This outpost is built around an Agrian border fort that once protected the great city of Seppe, which we have named, and I need to put on here. All right, let's get these symbols. I need to go to this, and I need to go to city. Boop. And we're going to grab this. And we're going to put it here, because this is where it used to be. It's no longer here, though. It has been obliterated. It was down here, more or less. Well, we'll move it over because I'm just trying to find a good spot where you can actually see the little piece here. Maybe if I make it a little smaller, it will be easier to tell. If I make it too small, it won't make any sense. So a little larger, we'll put it there once. All right. And we'll put the label here. And it's no longer a city, but it was a city. And it is gone, but it's a pretty good size. Just like Ilaris is no longer there, but it's still listed. All right. Boop. I'll save. Boop, says my machine. What was that? That was a phone call. I was like, there was a little buzz. It's kind of weird how I can tell sometimes my phone's going to ring before it rings. It just feels like something went, but I don't have any pre-call buzzing or anything showing up. I don't know. It's just, I occasionally can tell. All right. I need to check this. Move that over there. Where is my, because I also got a beepy beep of nothing. There's no kitty cat out there right now. All right, so they don't need anything. Huh. All right. Maybe somebody ran by. All right. Well, making sure I don't have a whole lot of other things that are not marked or not named properly, because I've been going through and trying to make sure all the things I have on here are actually named now. Don't have that name, but that's on purpose. That's just a little fortress. And this is also not supposed to be named. We got Seal Isle, Russia, Port Russia, Port Revenge. And that is a little trading post before, trading posts over here. Or is that the fort? That's the fort. Okay. Yeah. All right. And I don't have anything on this little island, though I probably should, now that I think about it, because there is a thing there. Let's put one there. We'll just make it small, because this is where the elven druids have their little enclave here. We'll make it small. It's baby. It's baby-sized. Of course, there's a tree that soars to the heavens on that island, so, you know, it's kind of noticeable. Hey, Sassy Witch, did you fall asleep yet? I mean, what? And she hasn't answered. She's totally asleep. Fancy annoyance. Oh, there's the cool. Wow, that's pretty cool looking, Sassy Witch. That's pretty neat color of yarn, too. Huh. And all right. All right. That's a lot of notifications. Huh. Sorry, you were being accused in general chat of causing chaos and being lewd. Again, Erudai. Unlike me, who's totally normal. Oh, okay. Okay. She lives! Goldenrod, I think it's called. Yeah, it looked like goldenrod. It did. But it's a very vibrant color. Very vibrant. Then again, I love like yellow mustard colors and stuff like that for whatever reason. They're just really cool. Vibrant. Throne, Rose Crest. All right. So I pretty much have most everything hit. I haven't put up the name for this thing because I'm trying to find out the Elvish naming convention in my head. And Hana, Dash, Garad, Menis, Kufa, Kais, Karis, Kaisa. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty well done. I didn't put another place between here. I'm still thinking I might need another settlement somewhere between Kish and Onsen, because that is a dramatic distance to go with nothing. But it is a rather barren coast, so I don't cause chaos. It finds me, and I'm not lewd. But I'm an ice wizard. Yeah, I know. An ice wizard can, like, you know, have doilies around his ice cave, right? Brings out the yellow of your skin. I look sickly. No, X, so much X. Yes. Eruda, I don't think you're gonna win that one with Crescent listening. Just throwing it out there that she might not buy that. You might be selling, she's not buying. We men are just totally misunderstood. Right? Maybe. I thought it was misunderstood. I don't know. Maybe I'm not misunderstood. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm just reading in the Tales from the Dragon's Tavern in their Discord about that share your life stuff because JJ's talking about writing with Eccentric. I mean, they're talking about writing. Both of them are. Boop. Because now that Chrysanth got through, she's going to inundate me with a million bits of information, I'm sure, about the beta reader copy I gave her, and I'm going to have to start working more on the second book to get farther so I can get that first draft done. Look at that. I'm getting motivated to do more writing. I'm very misunderstood. Never said a lewd thing. Men and women are all misunderstood. X. The rude guy doesn't cause chaos. He just said stupid stuff and gets clipped and we never forget. Never. The rude eye is so wholesome, yeah. 100% would crack the whip. You just want to read past the part that I stopped the book at because of reasons. I know. All right, so Froste, the majestic human port city long since destroyed. So I'm trying to decide. I think I'll put the entry for Froste in here. We'll do that. Oh, I spelled the good words right. Major agrarian port, which did brisk trade with the elves and supplied the main land. I don't know why I spelled that way. For generations. All right, a ruin-filled delta is what I'm trying to say. Ruin-filled delta. Let's see. 100% cracked the whip. I'll get you my notes that I took. Such an evil way to end a book. I love it. Never cause chaos. Cajun Corey never causes chaos. Chaos Corey. Got it. The book ends on a cliffhanger. Yeah, with Sylvester Stallone. Now I want you to finish too. I could use a good book to read. My left ear causes chaos. Chaos. The rude eye says, I always finish my books. That was almost really mean to you at rude eye, but I stopped myself. Your left ear does nothing anymore. Oh, Dave, it does too. You have glasses. It holds your glasses up. Ha! Oh, I would be mean to Mr. Rude Eye, but I don't want to get fired. Why bother? We all know you were mean. Wow, restraint nugget. Uh-huh. All right, let's dash there. Treasure hunters often fly the delta in drier seasons, hoping to find long-lost items from the ruins. Yeah. There we go. I never cause chaos. I'm always wholesome. I have head wrap glasses. Okay. I hope she shows restraint and not kick me in the shin. It's not happening. Uh-huh. We're doing on time here. 6:32. All right, I got some time. I have to check on the cats really quickly because I'm hearing more beeps. All right, what did I hear beep this time? Who is the cat who is beeping at me? All right, I'm going to go check on him, and I'll be back. So I'll hail the chair for a few moments. Be nice to the chair. Chair never did nothing to you. All right, let's see who's beeping at the back door here. Beep, beep. It was a bunch of cats. You coming through? Come on through. It was a bunch of cats, but only one came in. Hi. Hi. You gonna say hello again? Hi, Calvino. I hope you heard that. Hey, you, Ralph. Were you saying hello to everybody? Hi. You're very dusty. You were rolling in dirt again, weren't you? Thank you for that. You're such a good boy. You're so good. What's that chair? You think Calvino should use you more than Froste? Yep, exactly. Calvino agrees. They wouldn't buy it because you sat on it without pants. Oh, dear. Chair needs to cover there's a huge smiley face. Full disclosure on chair sales. All right, there you go. Hi, Calvino. Hi, buddy. Hi. Oh, yeah, fangs. You got fangs. Oh, that was quite a yawn. Oh, my goodness. Well, I still got all my fingers, but he gave me quite the yawn there. All right. Treasure hunters often play the Delta in drier seasons, hoping to find long loots items. How about lost items from the ruins? Hi, buddy. What you doing? Are you trying to get comfy? Or are you just trying to break stuff? All right. Leave my cord alone for my headphones. Yeah, leave my headphone cord alone, okay? Yes, I'm letting you sit on my lap even though you're very, very dirty. His normal white fur is a little brown-gray at the moment. Somebody's been rolling in mud. Don't say hello to Chrysanthemum, Calvino. Never been walked in on, have you, Rude Eye? Hi, what? Yeah, your eye looks a little painful. Does it hurt right now? Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like you got a little scratch on it on the side. You got to be careful out there, bud. I'll put some stuff on it tonight. You don't want to look like me. Don't try and be me. Hurting your right eye. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right, so Dunhoffen. Okay. It lords over Great Port. Okay, Dunhafen is the ancient agri and coastal fort, the main mustering point and training grounds for the majority of the Fryland's standing army. Lords over a Great Port where nearly half of the Fryland Navy is stationed. We'll say it also, because it is doing double duty here. Oop, I don't have to. Hi, what do you need? You only get one of my hands while I'm typing, dude. You know that. You know the rules, right? No, I didn't get a meow out of him. I don't know if you guys heard his meow earlier, but I'm not getting any more Meowths out of him. I'm just getting snuggles and drool. All pets want to be like their master. He's just like, I want to have one eye just like you, buddy. Don't do it. Don't do it, pal. Take care of that little eye of yours. All right. So if I were to look at this area here, do I need to add anything else to that area? I mean, I could put, hi, yes, you're so snuggly right now. I could put another village in the middle here, but I like there being a big distance. I'll think about that. Yeah, your brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles are all outside now because I opened the door. Hanging out there eating a snack and having a drink. And I let him in. And I tried to only let a couple of them in at once. And I had 3 of them in here earlier. And they were just terrors. They were all amped up on goofballs from being outside in the fresh spring air all day. And they were running around like mad. All right, let's see. Hagenveld. Yeah, I mean, this is a good couple 100 miles across here. So there's going to be something else in here. But they do have vast plains. They do have vast plains out here where there's nothing but just grassland. All pets want to fits my rabbit. Can't get over the floof. There's so much floof. Floof. That's why Poppy doesn't wear pants either. Wow. There's some images in the chat. Hey, buddy. I was sitting upstairs after lunch just reading something real quickly that I had to read. I sat down. I just flopped on the floor because I'm like, the cats are here. They'll come over and say hi. I flopped on the floor in the kitchen and immediately a couple of the cats came over and decided, hey, I'm going to sit on you and this is going to be great. And Pickles, Mr. Pickles, actually, he is a gray cat. He came over and sat on me, but when he sits on me, it's very painful because he sits on my lap all gentle and puts his paws over my knee. He uses it like a lookout and he digs his claws in instantly all the time. Ever since he was a kitten, he's always done it. And I know that if he sits on my lap, I'm going to be in pain. And he was the first one there. I was like, damn it. But he got his claws in and hung out for a good 10 minutes. And then he was done with that. So now I just have some holes in my knee. Sorry, I'm reading while I'm talking to you guys. He's a good cat, though. Mr. Pickles. And he's named Mr. Pickles because when he was a kitten and I had the refrigerator open and I was cleaning it, I was like taking stuff off the door, cleaning stuff, tossing stuff out, looking at stuff. He went over and I had dumped out a jar of pickles. It only had a couple pickles and I threw them down the disposal and ground them up. Put the jar off to the side in the top of the jar and I hear a clink, 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 clink. Just this weird noise over and over. And I look over and he had jumped up as a little kitten onto the counter and he's like licking the pickle jar lid, just like, nom, 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 like, okay. So I took it away from him because that's a lot of brine for a cat. And then after I was done, he cemented his name by hopping into the door of the fridge because it has the little shelves for like condiments and bottles and whatnot. He jumped into the spot where the pickle jars and stuff had been, and he just sat there and he's looking at me while I'm cleaning the fridge. Like, all right, Mr. Pickles it is. Let's see. I mean, some places have to be wide open for exploration. Can be fun to come up with the reason it's barren and dangerous. Yeah, and also, if we decide later on that, oh, by the way, in these grasslands here, there's a wild man or a witch or somebody who has a place set up, or maybe there's some treants who live out there, or some other creature or something has taken up residence. It could be a dire bear location. Who knows? That's fun. That's good stuff. I like those places to be in there. Hi, what do you need, buddy? Do you need snuggles in a different way? You just okay, crane your neck. All right. I darkened the lands around Whitewood to make that stand out for me. Clayton, Rivermont. Oh, by the way, for Dragon Noodle Soup's questions, if you don't remember, Clayton is this little place here in Senna's Fall, because he'd asked about the clay in Clayton that I had written up. So, boop. Right there, in fact. Boop. Arboretum, Flos, Five Falls, Kyos. Hi, Mr. Air Biscuits. What do you need? Yeah, I'm petting you. I'm petting you. I'm petting you. And then I gotta move those mountains. I gotta move a couple things around while I'm doing this. You're supposed to be down there. They're supposed to be over here. Yeah, we'll just move there. We'll put some more later. Oh, what do you need? Oh, you want to be scratched under the chin. Okay, all right. I'm scratching under the chin. The grossest part about scratching him under the chin is that occasionally he drools. Not as bad as Wolfie, though, but blah. Gross. I love you, but gross. Drooly booly. All right. What? Okay, what are you doing, buddy? I'm looking at a spot that I'm trying to write something about, and you're fidgeting around like a nutcase here. Mr. Air Biscuits. There you go. Hi. What? What? Hey, you. You gonna talk to me or not? Hey, what? You gonna talk? Yeah? No? Come here. Come here. Come here. I'm gonna pick you up. I'll hold on to you your baby way if you want to. That seems to be what you want right now. Oh my gosh, you're going boneless. Why did you go boneless? Why did you go boneless all of a sudden? There we go. Now, this is what he wanted. He wanted to be under my chin. Holding on to me. So, the other thing I want to write up a little bit more is about the different types of architecture. Just really simple things at the entry, like of the Dwarven stuff. Because I covered it in the Dwarven towers and how they have their towers built over their mining shafts. So you can go up and down the ladders and the little lifts they have right into the mining shafts. But they're also defensive towers at the same time. But I want to typify their architecture a little bit more. And I also want to typify the architecture of, Fryland and stuff on Caustic Strand. Though a lot of the Caustic Strand stuff is old Thalassian and Agrian buildings. Hi. You gonna snuggle in again? You gonna snuggle back in? Go ahead. Yeah. This is kind of how he sleeps on me at night, but not quite. It's a little less comfortable for me. I also want to explain a little more about the roads, but I have an entry at the beginning talking about the roads and how they're maintained by certain people in certain areas, but most of the places it's just they do their best to make sure they're not overgrown, and that's about all they can do. Right, buddy? Barren and Dangerous. Sound like a few people I know. Yes! It's an 80s band. Barren and Dangerous. Okay. Calvino, what do you think about coming up with some more places where people mine stuff? Because I have iron mines, and I have copper mines, and a few other things, and gem mines, and precious metal mines. Thinking about some other stuff, too. He's purring up a storm now. He's so happy. So I'm looking at Hillmouth too. I'm thinking for Hillmouth, what I might need to do is I'll put an entry on the map of exactly where it is, because right now it looks like it's that whole mountainous area, but it's literally a mountain fort made by the giants. I'll give it a specific location. I'm just making mental notes in my head while I'm holding on to Calvino here. Right, Shadow Warden. Yeah, forget you, Rhodes. Opal Mines, that would be cool. I have the people down in Folos in the salt marshes harvesting amber, like ancient amber from the fallen trees that have been preserved in the ocean. Hi. What you thinking? Hi. What? You're blinking at me. What do you need? No. If I do this, you can go in? No. What? I smacked my face into his and he's like, okay. Do this, bud. All right, he's done. He's done with that. All right, so thanks for the tail. What are you trying to find a specific place to lay? Oh, you're trying to lay that way. Oh, okay. And you don't like my knee being up. Got it. All right, so then if I put a symbol where Hillmouth is, I put this in here, and I get this, and I make it a little bit larger. So Hillmouth is up here. Oop. That will place it so it doesn't look like it's this whole area. And let's hope you know. Do I have another one of those? I guess Moss Moss, technically. Moss Moss is a little less obvious, but it should be called out. I really wish it wouldn't remove that from my... There. Put Moss Moss there. Go into our labels. Why are we doing on time, by the way? It was 6:50. Okay, we got some time. Hi, bud. You just gave me a wordless meow. A soundless meow. The cat without a meow, suddenly. Yes, I'm scratching you. I'm scratching your haunch. You little buddy. I'm not looking forward to the spring and summer for the cats, for Calvino and his brother's sake, because they always get their noses all scratched up in the summer because they have allergies, and they scratch the little fur off their nose, so they always look like they're losing their fur on their little noses. Don't you? Every single summer. He said, shook his head no. Let's see. So, because and this stuff, this all falls down into here. I'm trying to figure out. I think. Don't stare at me. Don't stare at me. Cat's just staring at me. I may have to connect this to the water. I have them kind of like loosely connected, like the water comes out of Mirror Lake and goes down, but I don't have them literally connected. I probably need to connect those. Yeah, I'll do that eventually. So we got the Fawcett Marshes. We've got the Guard Moon, which is their post up there, and Zentur. Do we need... I mean, this technically guards the way through. I'm trying to decide if we're going to need another... Because the only way through this mountain right now is through the city. There's no easy pass up and over it. Where are you going? What you doing? Are you leaving? You coming here? Come here. Come here. Come on up. Okay, hi. Hello. Hi. Yes, you need snow tools, I guess. All right. Somebody's needy. Oh my gosh. Give me your other paws. You stop moving your paw around. There you go. He's trying to perch on my arm like a bird. And this is what he does sometimes, and I don't know why he does this. He's such a dork sometimes. You are not a 6-pound kitty or even a 1-pound kitty or even a 15-pound kitty. You're a 20-pound kitty. You're so big. You're so big. You're a large kitty. Yeah, hi. I did a pun? What did I do? Oh, needy. Ha! I didn't even plan on doing that one. Oops. So I don't need another entrance out of Mount Zintler in the back over towards Adhen. Or do I? I'm trying to decide. I kind of want to put another little fortress in the pass. We'll see. We'll see. He's drooling all over me. It's gross. He's so happy and drooly right now. I don't understand why you think you're a budgie. You're not a little tiny bird. You're a big fat cat. He's not fat, but he's a big boy. This is why I call you Chiefy Beefy sometimes. Yeah, see, look at this. He's just like, yep, this is where we're going. Yeah. When he comes over and flops on me, and he's just like, here is my bulk. I'm like, okay, Chiefy Beefy. Which he always is just like, looks at me. I do not think he likes that name. It's mostly when he's gotten his winter pudgies on. A big drooly Chiefy Beefy, yep. We had a tuxedo cat growing up. My dad always nicknamed him Kitty Cow. All right, Calvino. I gotta finish up some stuff here. Can I have my writing back? He's got his paws on my keyboard like he's gonna write. Oh, nope, not under the desk. No, not on the Roadcaster either. Come here. Okay. All right, so I think what we're gonna have to do. Hi. What? I think what I'm gonna have to do is set you down on the floor so I can finish up. Okay. All right, you don't. Okay, he heard floor and he's like, no. All right, because I want to make myself a note by putting an image here, a symbol. Oh my gosh, buddy, you are just crazy right now. You're as crazy as your brothers and sisters right now. You're just going nuts. NVTS nuts. All right, we're going to put that there and we're going to move it up a little bit. Oops. Because I'm going to move some of these hills out of the way. I don't want to move that. Don't move the mountain. Calvino's trying to make me move the mountains here. All right, that's kind of hard to see right now. I'm going to think about that. We might end up having to put it up a little bit or something. Well, we'll see. I might move some stuff around here. Because I'm toying with the idea of there being another... I don't know, maybe we'll just leave the pass. I'm undecided here. I kind of like it being just a pass out of here. Oh, he's laying his head down on my keyboard. Nice. Yeah, I'm going to leave it as a pass right now. I'm not going to have a formalize anything there. We're going to see how that works out. Because it's a rough mountain pass, and I think I even wrote it up that way. That it's a very inhospitable pass between here and Adhen. And you can see the little hint they have that there's something here with the trees on either side going through into the hills over here going through. So I think I could pull that off. Imagine digging in an open mine and finding an old car rusting out in the rocks of the mountain. That would be weird. Finally decided to show up, Kyle. Chrysanth was asking about you. Oh, really? She probably wants her money? It needs a name. What needs a name? What needs a name? What do we need? What do we need to name? The pass? I told her she needed to check in real life. Hi, buddy. I wonder if I did give that. I don't think I gave that pass a name, actually. Wow! Chiefy Beefy pass. Calvino, they're using your pun name. Hi. They're using your pun name for a pass. Bless you. He's making my nose want to itch. I got one piece of kitty cat hair in my nose and I can't get it free. What? It got stuck on my beard or something? I don't know. It's tickling my nose. Nugget pass. No nugget pass. Hall pass. No. I'll have to think about that. I mean, it could have something to do with the gems. Ooh, you know, it could be the Sapphire Pass, the Sapphire Road. Because maybe they have mines out there and it leads to what were the Sapphire Sands and the desert. Maybe we just call it the Sapphire Road. I'm gonna make myself a note here so I don't forget. Zintor. Hi, buddy. Hi. Yes, you need more pets. I know you do. You need more scritchies and scratchies and smooshes on the head. Hi. What about my name, Frost? I'm sure we can put the thou shall not pass in here somewhere. I don't know where. What's up, Calvino? We need to wrap up quickly so he doesn't make any more puns? Oh, okay. All the arm flailing. Season pass? Oh. Okay. We're done. We're done. We're done. You guys you've ended me. We're done now. Game pass. No. No more. None. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get out of here. You've finished it all. You've broken me. Offer to buy more Legend Secret content. Exactly. All right, well, thanks, everybody, for coming along and throwing horrible puns. If you have more puns that we should throw into the map in the world for passes, river names, and stuff, throw them in the comments. Chrysanth will love going through the comments. Just throw them in the comments. Make sure they're all separate comments, too. So we get every single pun is showcased for Chrysanth. So please do that. Like and pun comments. So with that, I'm going to get out of here, and I will see you all again on Tuesday for more of this on the same channel. I'll talk to you later. Have a good night. Calvino says, "Rrr." I don't know if you heard that or not. He just went, "Rrr." All right. Good night.